Ntonpower reached out to me and asked me to take a look at this portable power station. This is model SR120US. This is a great little item for taking along on a primitive camping trip, because not only does it come with plenty of USB ports to keep your family's phones charged up for several days, it also includes an AC port for recharging laptops on the go. This is extremely handy for people who are out and about, away from the office, but need that extra kick of juice to get some emergency remote work done. Because let's be real here, even though you said you were on vacation, and you said you wouldn't be doing any work, someone, somewhere, always needs something. It never fails. There are some specs listed on the back of the box, but I'm not an electrical engineer, nor am I an electrician. I'll throw those specs up on the screen here for anyone who is interested, but I'll be presenting this review in the laymanest of layman's terms, with real-world examples. In the box we get paperwork. That's always my favorite. Here's the charging station itself, and on the front we have the input port for recharging the device, 3 standard USB ports, 1 USB-C port, and 2 additional output ports for use with the included adapter cables. More on those later. We have a toggle switch to control the AC output, which will show this blue light as an indicator when it's in AC mode. And here's our power button. We can see that this device shipped with a charge of 33%, as indicated by this numeric LED screen. This button controls the flashlight on the back of the unit. Pushing this button normally will toggle the flashlight on and off, and a long press of this button will put the flashlight into SOS mode, with another long press turning the flashlight back off again. And as you can see, the flashlight is pretty bright, but very focused. We get this wall plug for charging from an AC wall outlet, this cigarette lighter adapter for charging from your car, and this female cigarette adapter for powering devices that use that outlet. Running multiple charging tests on multiple devices would have taken 5 ever. So the tests I conducted were as follows. I ran the charging station until it was completely dead. Ntonpower claims that it takes 6 hours to recharge the power station from a wall outlet, so I set the device to recharge and then I went to bed. I slept for a little over 6 hours, and sure enough, the next morning the device was fully recharged. And as far as devices go, it took a bit over an hour to recharge my fully dead Samsung Galaxy A01 to a full charge using a USB port, and it reduced the charging station battery by 7%. It took a bit over 2 hours to recharge my fully dead iPad to a full charge using the standard USB port, and it reduced the charging station battery by 31%. And it took a little over an hour and a half to recharge my fully dead Surface Pro 3 to a full charge using the AC port, and it reduced the charging station battery by 38%. So based on those tests, it would seem that their numbers do check out. This device will also power low-powered AC devices. For example, I was able to power a soldering iron with no problems. I ran the soldering iron for about a half an hour, and it reduced the power station battery by 15%. I ran this double-sided window fan off the AC port for 2 hours on high, and it reduced the power station battery by 50%. And on a side note, I wouldn't normally use this device to power a window fan. I just did it for testing purposes for this video. If you try powering something that has too much of an AC draw, the charging station will just shut itself down. Here, for example, I can run the fan on this small heater, but when I flip on the heating mode, the charging station just shuts off. And I'm actually fine with that too. This little device isn't made for such hefty tasks. It's best to idiot-proof it, for people like me. And according to info on the box, you can use a 60-watt solar panel to recharge this device, which will take 8 hours. I couldn't find a solar panel on Ntonpower's website, and I'm not an expert on solar, so I can't recommend a solar panel for use with this device. It's something I would like to explore in the future, so if I get my hands on a solar panel that works with this charging station, I will either make an update video or I will pin a comment to this video. But I won't recommend anything that I haven't personally tested myself.